Hey, what's up everybody? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids doing a head-to-head between the Fenix HL23 headlamp and the ThruNite TH20 headlamp. Now, unfortunately, you wouldn't know this is ThruNite because they put their barcode right across the front there, but this is, like I said, the ThruNite TH20. Anyhow, they actually sent me this headlamp for review and then paid for me to get that one. So they want to hear what I think about putting these two things head-to-head. And what we'll do now is just unbox them, talk through the specs real quick, and then we're going to take them outside and put them through the paces. Start here with the TH20. It comes in this tiny little box. Open it up, got some closed cell foam there. So we'll take that out. We'll just put all this stuff down so you can see what actually comes with it. Kind of standard stuff for ThruNite. So your silica gel, always a friendly reminder to not eat that. Got your instructions. And got the box. Let's see what it says here. Thanks for your order from ThruNite. Hope you love your experience. Let us know what you think. Yep, so you can contact them. Get your instructions, which I'll go through in a second. You get one of these rubberized plates, which is to replace this one, I guess, if it breaks. I can tell you as soon as I pick it up, this thing is really light. It's going to run off one AA battery. It's got the strap there, which I'll take this rubber band off quickly and show you. So no over the head, over the top of your head strap. So if this is how it was on you, the strap over the top of your head would run here. You don't have that. This thing rotates like so. It is rubberized, fully adjustable. It says ThruNite on the back. And then we've got the extra plate and then two O-rings. Take this out of the way and just look at the instructions real quick. Technical parameters for this headlamp. You're looking at 0.3 lumens, 1.6, 230, 250, and then 520 at your turbo. So 520 out of this is your max, and I already know that the max for the Fenix is 150. So you're talking 1, 2, 3, over 3 times as much, 3.5 times probably, give or take, as much on your turbo with this for your highest setting as the 150 for the Fenix. So there's a quick look at it again. You got your button down here on the end to turn it on. I'm guessing, yep, twist this to open it up and take out or put your battery in or replace the battery. No battery in it. So that's pretty much that. So that's your TH20. They do have another headlamp. I believe it's called the TH10, and that takes an 18650. This one's definitely light, and AA's are very common, so you're gonna be able to get a hold of those batteries much more easily. Here's your Fenix HL23. You got your Fenix warranty card. You've got your instructions. It does come with a AA battery, which is cool. And actually, the one I ordered sent me another AA battery as well, so I've got a backup for that one. Similar to the TH20, so instead of a rubberized thing, you've got a, there goes the battery. There you got a hard plastic kind of casing here, and yeah, you got your button on the end. You're going to take this off to put the battery in. No strap over the top. It does say Fenix. This is gray. That strap on the ThruNite is black. Yeah, I mean, very similar look overall. This one actually feels lighter than this one just by a tiny bit. You do have the plus and minus sign there, which you don't have on the ThruNite, but I guess that's not a huge deal. Again, buttons on the end. Very similar look, very similar style. You can see why they wanted these two to go head to head. Every time I get a Fenix light, I'm just amazed by how massive their instruction manuals are. So, I mean, for a tiny little light, it's a lot of information. But let me just give you the quick specs rundown. So you've got 3 different settings. Low is 3 lumens, mid is 50 lumens, and high is 150 lumens. Both the lights are going to be IPX8 rated, so they're good underwater to 2 meters, and they're going to be impact resistant to 1 meter. So we'll look at them just right here real quick. Let me get those instructions out of the way. There they are, obviously very similar. I do like the rubberized kind of frame here, the thing that's going to hold the actual light a little bit more than this hard plastic one. It's going to mold to your head a little bit. That's probably not a make or break thing for me, but I do like that one a little bit more. I like the multicolors. I think that's kind of actually cool on the Fenix one. There's the 2 ends, there's the 2 ends. So you can see, man, these things are just really, really similar. So let's take them outside and test them. Okay, I'm out in front of my house, and I'm about 20 feet from our 2 cars, and so let me work the Fenix first. We're going 3, 50, and 150 for your lumen output. So here it is. So there's 3. You can see the reflection off the headlights and the hazards and stuff. And in the background, because it is the July 4th weekend, you probably will hear some fireworks. So there we go, 3 lumens, 50, and 150. 3, 50, 150, that's what that looks like. And I'll just move that around. Now, looking directly at the car, again, which is about 15-20 feet away, your spill, your flood, is going all the way out to almost the end of my driveway that way, and then all the way over to the steps right about there. So it definitely lights up quite a big area. Like if I was out in the woods, you know, I could definitely see all around camp with this at the highest setting. I'll go back down to maybe the second setting, and I'd definitely be able to operate in camp at this setting as well. You can definitely see around quite a bit. All right, let's switch over to the through night now. Okay, so the light is actually on now. It's coming out at 0.3 lumens, and I'll show you real quick. You can see my hand there. And I don't know why they put the different lumen settings, because it's kind of an infinity loop. So from 0.3 up to the highest, and again, that's 520. If you have just a AA battery, it goes up to 250. Basically, you turned on, and then it's going to slowly rise up and go down. So watch, I'll hold it. It's rising up now, brighter, brighter, brighter. It's going to flash and then start going back down to the bottom, little flash, and then coming all the way back up. Get to the top there, and it flashes. I'm just going to kind of lock it in. So this is definitely, I mean, it is obviously giving more output than the Phoenix, just by the lumens, but even looking around, yeah, you just have a nice spill and flood, and there's no, on either of these lights, there's really no hot center. It definitely is balanced the entire way around. Now, one of the features of this is I've turned it off, so if you hold it down, it's going to come on to that firefly setting. Let me turn it back off again. All right, so now if you double click it when it's off, it's going to go right to your highest settings. So that's 250. Double click it again, it's going to go into SOS. 1, 2, 3, and then here's the third. 1, 2, 3. I'm back in the woods behind my house now, and we're going to put the through night on at the highest setting. So I double click it, it's coming out at 250 there. And yeah, so I mean, I'm looking around, there's a pile of wood over there, there's a tree right here in front of me. Hearing some noises off in the woods, maybe we'll see something alive out there, some sort of wildlife. Anyhow, this thing just lights the whole area up very effectively. As far as comfort, they both pretty much feel the same, so no issues whatsoever comparing the two when it comes to, you know, how they actually feel on the head and the function as far as what buttons you press and stuff. Really simple. There's definitely some creature out there in the woods making noise. So I'm going to hold this down, and it's going to start to fade out. Go down to the lowest setting, and then we'll bring it back up here again just so you can see. It kind of lights up the area. So that's the highest setting. All right, we'll turn that off now. Go with the Phoenix. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Now we'll do a side-by-side between the highest on the through night. So here's the highest setting on your through night, just looking off at the trees. I got just like a little wheelbarrow right in front of me. But highest on the through night, highest on the Phoenix, highest on the through night, highest on the Phoenix. You don't see a huge difference on the actual camera, but you can definitely see that the through night is giving you just more output overall, I would say. The Phoenix does have a little bit hotter of a center, so it's not super hot, but it's definitely hotter than the through night. All right, comparing the two headlamps at this point, I think it's really a question of what features or functions do you want. So 3 clicks, you're going to go from the lowest to the medium to the highest setting on the Phoenix. You've got this infinity loop with the through night, so you click it on and then you can scroll from that 0.3 lumens up to the 250. As far as, you know, 150 versus 250, you don't see a ton of difference. I think that might have to do with the fact connected to some of the reflector issues, but also to the fact that the through night is in cool white versus a natural white or a neutral white. So yeah, they look very similar, and I think actually the Phoenix has a slightly hotter center. So if you're just using them with the standard AA batteries, you know, it's about your function. Do you like something that gives you all those options plus the SOS in this one, or do you want one that just says boom, 3 options, 1, 2, 3, and that's really it. Now what we're going to do is put a different battery and test this out so we can actually see what it looks like to give you that 520 lumen output. I've now got a 14500 battery in the ThruNite, so let's put the Phoenix and the ThruNite head-to-head on their highest setting. So here's the Phoenix, looking out at the gate, which is about 30 feet away, and then here's the ThruNite. So ThruNite and Phoenix, ThruNite, Phoenix. So you're definitely just getting a lot brighter light with a broader spill with the ThruNite. So shining it right where I'm shining it, I can easily see from the edge of the flowers when it's shined there all the way over to that lattice work. And we'll compare that to the Phoenix here and shine that out. And I would say I can clearly see, I'm going to try to spin this actually. When I'm shining it there, I can clearly see just beyond that lilac bush to just kind of to the edge of that bush there. So you're definitely just getting a lot wider beam, or a lot more spill from your ThruNite when you have it in this with this high test battery in it. So I dug around on the Phoenix website and there was nothing that said this would take anything other than just a AA, so I don't want to fry the circuitry. You know, you saw when it went head-to-head with the ThruNite on just AA's, they're pretty close, but when you get that 14500 battery in the ThruNite, it's not really comparable. That thing just gives a lot more spill, and I'm going to go to another location now and back up even further away from what we're going to be looking at. We're 70 feet away from my car. Here's the Phoenix looking at the car, and here's the ThruNite looking at the car. Phoenix, ThruNite. So actually on camera you can't see a huge difference, but the ThruNite basically is lighting up the entire front yard. So I can see from the steps when it's looking at the car there all the way over to about here. And once again with the Phoenix, I mean, it's lighting up the yard, but I mean, as far as what I can comfortably see, I mean, maybe from the edge of the walk there, and then when I'm shining it to the center there, yeah, I mean, you could definitely tell a difference when you compare this just looking at the yard here. So there's your Phoenix, there's your ThruNite. ThruNite, Phoenix shining at the driveway, ThruNite shining at the driveway. Yeah, you're just getting a lot more out of the ThruNite. Once again, this is 520 lumens. So I've done head-to-heads before comparing ThruNites and Phoenix, and sometimes they break even if Phoenix has one. This one I'm definitely giving it to ThruNite. You know, you spend maybe like $6-7 maybe extra, get two of those 14500 batteries. They're rechargeable. You're going to get a lot more output. They're still extremely lightweight. So I think overall, I think ThruNite's going to take this one pretty easily for me. I also like that rubber backing, just is more comfortable on the head. There's a lot of similarities between these two lights, but those few advantages I think give ThruNite a pretty major win on this one compared to the Phoenix. And yeah, so you know, if you're looking for a very lightweight headlight and you're willing to invest maybe $6 or $7 extra to get those 14500 batteries, you're going to get a lot of output for not a lot of weight. So definitely want to encourage you to check this out. Links down below to this light and other headlamps from ThruNite, basically the one other one from ThruNite. And as always, thanks for checking out our videos. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. If you haven't subscribed already here on YouTube, please do so. And more videos coming soon. Take care.